Hey YouTube family, Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture. It's curls, it's scoop, it's not cute, not knowing. Let's get that hug in so we can get started. I've got so much Rihanna news. From here till after Super Bowl, you're going to hear nothing but stuff about Rihanna. She has a new song in the Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever soundtrack entitled Lift Me Up. And the song is a tribute to the late Chadwick Boseman, who we lost in 2020 after his battle with cancer. She wrote it with Tim. She wrote it with Ryan Coogler. The official song is coming out on Friday, even though they're giving like little releases, but it's part of the soundtrack. Will it be in the movie? Well, we'll probably find out by this time tomorrow. I accidentally had the date wrong. The big Hollywood premieres tonight, so watch out for the spoilers. They were telling people to mute. I'm going to try real hard not to say anything. I'll give hints. Gosh, I wish I could be there. The fashions and just everything. But Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever. Tickets are actually on sale now. It opens in theaters November the 11th, but there are going to be special screenings at IMAX theaters on November 9th and 10th. In other Rihanna news, the Fenty Fashion Show. It's going to be streaming on Amazon Prime November the 9th. She's got Maxwell performing. The Fenty Fashion Show is going to feature Taraji P. Henson modeling, Cheryl Lee Ralph modeling, Winston Duke, Marsai Martin. They are all modeling, and Maxwell is performing November 9th, Prime Video. Now, Super Bowl next year, she is the halftime performer. They say she's not only doing that, she's got a new album, and she's going on stadium tours next year. So lots of great Rihanna news. Let's talk about the People's Choice Awards, which are going to air on NBC Tuesday, December the 6th. Kenan Thompson is on board to host for a second year. You've got Beyonce leading in the nominations along with Harry Styles, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Zendaya, Taylor Swift. They're all nominated. This is the year with the award shows that the superstars are getting nominated. Now, this is my question because Soul Train, People's Choice, in a minute, it's just going to be award show after award show. Will Beyonce show up? Will she send a video message? It's going to be interesting, but this is such a big year. It's all going to lead to the showdown at the Grammys. Adele, Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Encanto, Harry Styles. It's going to be interesting. And now the Silk Sonic has taken themselves out of the running. It's going to be interesting to see how they all fare. Jill Scott is back. I was so excited when I saw this trailer last night. There will be a season 3 of the First Wives Club. The show is back. BET Plus. Looks like there's some sort of runaway bride situation going on, but it is a funny show. November 17th, it starts streaming on BET Plus, but Jill Scott is back. Actor Lesley Jordan, they're trying to get behind what happened to him, that he crashed his car in a building and subsequently died. They're saying that he had been complaining of shortness of breath and actually had scheduled a doctor's appointment with a cardiologist to see what was going on. They're thinking it could have been a heart attack that took the actor and comedian out of here. He was 67 years old. So funny. And even though he won this Emmy for Will and Grace, and he had been on other shows like the guy FX show, The House of Horrors. It's right here. It's like right here on the tip of my tongue. American Horror Stories. American Horror Stories. He was on there. He was on The Masked Singer. He had a new show on Fox, winning an Emmy for Will and Grace. But he was a social media sensation. His videos and everything between TikTok and Instagram really brought him out. They're wondering, did he have health challenges? He did come down with COVID last year, but they're trying to find out what happened. But Lesley Jordan, a really funny man who passed away this week at the age of 67. We know that Snoop Dogg smokes a lot of weed. We know this. It's a fact. You ever wonder how much weed he smokes? Well, according to Snoop's professional joint roller, that's a real job, y'all. That's a real job. He smokes 150 blunts a day. That's a lot. That's a lot of weed. That's a lot of joints. 150 a day. Nene Leakes is putting it out there. She's willing to come back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I don't care how you think of it. She is a Housewives legend. She wants to come back, even though she sued Bravo Network. She's willing to come back. There's a great show on Hulu, Only Murders in the Building. Have you checked it out with Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, Martin Short? I love whodunits. Jesse Williams, who played Jackson on Grey's Anatomy. He was nude and Take Me to the Ball Game on Broadway. He is joining the cast, as well as Paul Rudd, who we were talking about because he's going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp, hitting theaters next year. Talking about theaters, the movie Till that Whoopi Goldberg produced is going to be opening in theaters on Friday. It's about Emmett Till, his very unfortunate murder, his mother's decision to show the world what had happened to her son. He was just a teen when he was just brutally murdered and lynched. Well, I know that we may get, I'm tired of these movies. I'm tired of slave movies. And somebody brought up a really good point. We may say that we're tired, but we must never forget. We must never forget. It was kind of like just yesterday that some of these acts happened. Other races embrace and they teach. And we must teach, even though it may be painful, but they must know what happened. Because I know I was one of the main ones saying, oh, I'm so tired of these slave movies. I can't take them. But somebody just brought up a very good point, and I had to really rethink it in teaching people. And if you know where you came from, you know where you're going. And you know when you hear people just say things, slavery was not a choice. And what happened, and our people, even though we're every shade of color under the sun, our people have been through a lot. And we must never forget. And we must stand as a race, which seems so hard to do. But it's a very important movie. Till, Whoopi produced it. She's playing the grandmother. An incredible cast, an incredible story, because at the heart of the movie Till, it's really the love story between a mother and her son. They said you will tear up and cry. But it's important that we know, because that was one of the catalysts that started, along with Rosa Parks, the civil rights movement. And it was only in the 50s, less than 100 years ago. Less than 100 years ago. And we must never forget. And we must never stop teaching. So to the viewer who brought that up and really broke it down, it made me think. And I know there's so many of us, because we all say the same thing. Tired of these movies. But it's important to learn. Subscribe to the channel so you'll never miss a beat. I know some days I'm just silly as hell. And then sometimes we hit you with a curveball with being serious. But leave a comment. Auntie reads the comments, and you can give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Like I said, you never want to miss a beat. I appreciate y'all. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture.